Welcome to Book Navigator, the channel where we turn the world's most powerful self-mastery ideas into long-form audiobooks that rewire your mind while you drive, train, or grind through your day. I'm your guide on this journey, delivering no fluff, high-impact wisdom in the authoritative style you trust. If you're here to stop drifting and start dominating, if you're ready to build a mind that doesn't bend, doesn't break, and doesn't quit, then you've navigated to the right place. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get to work. Today, we're forging an iron will that crushes every form of adversity. Lock in. This is Forge Iron Will. Build mental toughness that crushes adversity. Listen up, right now. Your mind is the battlefield where every setback, every failure, every soul-crushing moment either breaks you or forges you into unbreakable steel. I'm here to hammer home the truth. Mental toughness isn't born. It's built brick by brutal brick, through deliberate, unrelenting discipline that turns adversity into your greatest ally. In this audiobook, you'll forge an iron will that crushes every obstacle, not by wishing it away, but by staring it down and demanding submission. If you're tired of folding under pressure, of letting doubt dictate your destiny, then lock in now. We're about to transform your fragility into a fortress that nothing, not rejection, not loss, not exhaustion, can breach. Your will starts here. Your toughness ends weakness. Let's build it. Chapter 1. Shatter the myth of overnight resilience. Listen close. Right now, you're probably chasing the ghost of instant toughness. That viral video promise. That one-week challenge. That hack from some influencer who swears it'll flip your switch. Overnight. Bullshit. All of it. Mental toughness isn't a bolt from the blue. It's not a seminar spark or a motivational high that fades by lunch. No. Toughness is a forge. A brutal brick-by-brick build in the dead of night, when no one's watching and the quitters have long gone home. You think you can microwave your way to Unbreakable? Think again. That's the myth we're shattering today. The lie that keeps you soft, swinging at shadows, collapsing at the first real hit. Shatter it now or stay shattered forever. You have a choice. Believe the fairy tale, and you're doomed to repeat the cycle. Hype up, burnout, blame the world. Or face the truth. Resilience isn't gifted. It's ground out, inch by agonizing inch. That's the key. Not some cosmic lottery win. Not a lucky break. It's you, showing up when every fiber screams, stop. Overnight resilience? It's a trap. A shiny distraction peddled by those too weak to admit the grind. They sell you the sizzle, not the steak. And you buy it every time, don't you? Chasing the rush, ignoring the rust building on your will. Stop. Right here. That's not toughness. That's addiction to easy. It's not about the flash of inspiration. It's about the discipline of dawn. Let me hammer this home. Toughness earned in the trenches isn't sexy. It doesn't trend. But it endures. It crushes. You want proof? Look at the Navy SEALs. Hell Week. 5.5 days of non-stop hell. No sleep, freezing surf. Endless runs with logs that weigh more than your regrets. Recruits drop like flies. 75% quit before the bell. Why? Because they bought the myth. They thought one big push, one heroic surge, would carry them through. Wrong. The ones who make it? They don't chase the epic moment. They stack the micros. One more push-up at 3 a.m. when your arms scream betrayal. One more step through the mud, when your mind begs for bed. Cumulative. Relentless. That's the forge at work. Chant it with me. No shortcuts. No surrender. Forge daily. Or fracture forever. Say it out loud. Feel it in your gut. No shortcuts, no surrender, forge daily, or fracture forever. The SEAL instructors don't hand out medals for intent. They demand presence day after day. And those who survive, they emerge not as supermen, but as men who've bent steel with their bare hands. Because they learned the truth. Toughness isn't a sprint. It's a siege. You lay siege to your weakness, brick by brick, until the walls crumble from within. Now, take David Goggins, overweight, broken, a pest control grunt drowning in excuses. He could have stayed there. Most do. Bought the myth of someday I'll get tough. Instead, he shattered it. Started with the small fires. A run when his lungs burned like acid. A pull-up when his body wept. No overnight abs. No instant glory. Just daily discomfort, stacked like cordwood. He ran ultramarathons on shattered knees. Swam miles in open water with ghosts nipping at his heels. Became the king of mental toughness, not by wishing, but by willing it, one brutal mile at a time. Goggins didn't transform in a weekend retreat. He forged it in the furnace of failure, repeatedly showing up when the world whispered quit. That's the key. You don't need a guru's blessing. You need the grit to grind. You have a choice. Keep scrolling for the next quick fix or commit to the cumulative. That's what separates the survivors from the spectators. The myth tells you toughness is a gift for the chosen. Lie, it's a grind for the chosen. Few who choose to grind. Stop waiting for the thunderclap. Start striking the flint. Every day. Behavioral truth time. Audit your mornings. Right now. What's your first act of discipline? Coffee and scroll? Or cold water shock to the system? Pick one micro win today. Make your bed like it's a battlefield declaration. Do 10 push-ups before breakfast even if they suck. Track it. No excuses. That's not optional. That's the forge firing up. It's not about motivation's fleeting fire. It's about discipline's steady flame. Motivación? That's the myth's candy. Sweet, then gone, leaving you hollow. Discipline? That's the steel core. The one that says, feel like crap? Good. Move anyway. Repeat after me. No shortcuts? No surrender, forge daily, or fracture forever. Engrave it on your mirror. Whisper it in the dark. Because here's the analysis. Every time you skip the stack, you chip at your foundation. One missed run becomes a missed month. One dodged discomfort snowballs into a dodged destiny. Real-world wreckage? Look at the gym rats who pack in January, ghost by February. They chased the overnight body. Ended up with the same soft story. You're done with that script. Let's break it down further. The psychology's clear. Your brain craves the dopamine hit of easy wins. That's why the myth sells. But science says resilience builds neuroplasticity through repetition, not revelation. Pathways strengthen with practice, not prayer. So, commentary. Stop romanticizing the breakthrough. It's a myth for the masses who fear the mundane. Elites know better. They treat toughness like a muscle. Tear it, rest it, rebuild it stronger. Instruction. Log your daily stacks. A journal, not a journal of dreams, but of doings. Today I ran when I wanted to rage quit. Today, I said no to the snooze. Review weekly, adjust. No mercy for slippage. That's the transformation. From dreamer to doer. From fragile to forged. You don't need their permission, the gym bros, the podcasters, the pity party. Their overnight tales are edited highlights, not the outtakes of agony. Goggins logged 100-mile weeks while puking from pain. Seals crawled through hypothermia, hallucinating home. You think they posted the breakdowns? No. They built in silence. So build yours. Start small, but start savage. Tomorrow, wake 5 minutes early. Use it for discomfort. Plank till you shake. Read a page of raw truth. Whatever. Just stack, and stack again. Feel the myth crack under your heel. Chant it one more time. No shortcuts. No surrender, forge daily, or fracture forever. Let it echo. Because this isn't theory. It's your turning point. Shatter the myth and you step into the forge. No more chasing ghosts. Just grinding gold. You've chosen the trench. Now own it. That's mental toughness awakening. Not in a blaze, but in the build. You've shattered the myth of overnight resilience. Now arm yourself with the fuel it demands. Chapter 2. Weaponize your pain threshold. Pain. It's knocking at your door right now, isn't it? That ache in your chest from the deal that fell through. The burn in your legs from the run you forced yourself to take. The sting of words you wish you could unhear. Most people slam the door, lock it. Pretend it's not there. They numb it with Netflix binges, beer chasers, or endless scrolls through someone else's highlight. Real, weak, pathetic. That's not you. Not anymore. Pain isn't your enemy. It's the signal that growth is knocking, demanding entry. Weaponize it. Turn that raw, screaming discomfort into the sharpest blade in your arsenal. Because here's the truth. Avoidance breeds fragility. Pursuit builds unbreakable calluses. You feel it? That's your threshold calling. Answer it. Or let it atrophy you into irrelevance. You have a choice. Treat pain like a poison to purge, and you'll poison your potential. Or reframe it as fuel. Pure, potent rocket fuel that launches you past the pack. That's the key. Not dodging the hit. Not whining about the weight. It's leaning into the laceration, letting it scar you stronger. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. Say it. Feel the shift. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. The world wants you soft, swaddled in safety nets. But toughness? It thrives in the tear. The sweat. The soul-deep scream that says, more. Stop running from the ring. Step in, swing back. Because every elite who's ever crushed it didn't. Wish pain away. They wielded it like a warlord's sword. Let's cut to the bone with proof. Michael Jordan. The GOAT, 6 rings, untouchable legacy. But rewind to 15-year-old Mike. Freshman year. Eager, hungry, cut from the Laney High varsity squad. That rejection? It wasn't a footnote. It was a freight train. Coach said no. Teammates laughed. The pain hit like a gut punch, humiliation hot enough to melt steel. Most kids would have quit right there, sulked, switched sports. Blamed the coach, the genes, the gods. Not Jordan. He weaponized it. Turned that sting into spiteful fire. Woke at dawn. Drilled shots till dark. Ran suicides till his quads quivered like jelly. By sophomore year, varsity starter. By senior, state champ. And that was just the appetizer. That pain propelled him through college slumps, NBA Finals heartbreaks, the flu game fever that should have floored him but fueled a 38-point masterpiece. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. Pause. Reflect on that. Jordan didn't journal the hurt. He journaled the hustle. Every missed cut became a made shot in his mind's eye. Analysis. Pain's dual edge cuts deep. On one side, the blade of breakdown for the fragile. It's a breaking point, a reason to retreat, to reinforce the walls of I'm not enough. Contrast that with the crumble. Look at the phenoms who peak early, the young guns who snag a pro contract on raw talent, then fold at the first critique. Allen Iverson? Electric scorer. But when defenses adapted, when the league's grind ground him down, he dodged the discomfort, partied through the pain. Legacy? Flashes of brilliance, faded by fragility. Or take Buster Douglas, shocked the world knocking out. Tyson in 90, one-night king. Then, back to the barstool. Couldn't weaponize the weight of expectation. Crumbled under slights smaller than Jordan's high school snub. That's the edge. Pain either polishes you to a lethal sheen or dulls you to dust. You don't need their permission. The couch coaches, the comfort czars, the critics who cry self-care like it's a shield. Screw that. Self-care is a myth for the mediocre. Real care? It's carving through the crap. Behavioral blueprint. Next time pain pings, bosses bite, breakups barb, bodies betrayal, don't duck. Dissect it. Step 1. Name it. Out loud. This rejection rips. Good, it's reminding me I'm alive. Step 2. Move through it. 10 burpees. A mile sprint. Write the fury into a plan. 3 actions that flip the script. Step 3. Mine the metal. What skill does this sharpen? Endurance? Empathy? Execution? Log it. Track the transformation. Because it's not about enduring pain. It's about engineering it. Turning ouch into opportunity. That's the discipline of the doers. Chant it deeper now. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. Let it rumble in your ribs. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. Commentary. Science backs the blade. Hormones like cortisol spike in stress, but chronic avoidance floods you with it. Fraying nerves, fattening fears. Lean in. You trigger adaptation. Endorphins flood. Neural nets rewiring for resilience. Athletes call it supercompensation. Break the muscle. Feed it, build it back unbreakable. Apply it to life. That job loss? Not a dead end. It's dead weight shed, forcing you to forge new paths. The data's damning. Studies from the APA show resilient folks don't feel less pain. They process it faster, using it as a pivot point. You're not special in suffering. You're elite in the response. So respond like one. You have a choice. Keep numbing the nerve endings, and you'll numb your edge. Or arm it. That's the key to weaponizing. Ritualize the reframe. Daily drill, expose yourself. Cold shower first thing, 30 seconds, gasping, grateful. Then scale, reject a comfort. Skip the sugar, say no to the nap. Feel the friction, fuel. Instruction, build your pain playbook. Categorize strikes, physical, gym grind. Emotional, harsh feedback. Mental, monotonous tasks. For each script the swing back. This fatigue, it's forging focus. Repeat the mantra mid-movement. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. Watch the shift. What was a wall becomes a whetstone. Sharpening you, savage. It's not about masochism's madness. It's about mastery through the mire. Masochism wallows. Mastery weaponizes. The flaw? Most romanticize recovery, not the rupture. They ice the injury, ignoring the insight. Wrong toughness. Demands you dance. With the devil, stare at the scorch. Then strike smarter. Real-world ripple. Jordan's pain print. It echoed in every clutch dagger, every defensive denial. He didn't just win games. He weaponized wounds into a dynasty. You? Your next setback's your setup. That demotion? Demolish it with doubled effort. That doubt? Dispatch it with deliberate drills. No more victims. Only victors who volunteer for the voltage. Let's layer the lesson. Pause for the punch. Imagine your threshold as a gauge. Default setting? Cowardly low. Buzz at a breeze, break at a gale. Weaponize it? Crank the dial? Train tolerance like a Spartan. Start semantic. Every ache's a acronym. PAIN. Pivot and ignite now. Use it. Abuse it. Because avoidance? It's atrophy in action. Muscles unused wither. Minds untested melt. Commentary. History's hammered this home. Roman gladiators didn't pray for painless pits. They practiced in the prelims, turning scars to stories. Modern mirror, ultra-runners like Dean Karnazes, blistering 350 miles non-stop. Pain? Their passport to possibility? Yours too if you claim it. You don't need their permission to pursue the burn. The world's wired for whine, not win. But you're rewiring. Right now. Behavioral lock-in. Tonight, identify one pain point you've been padding. The call you dodge. The habit you half-ass. Attack it head-on. Document the dual, pre-pain pulse, mid-missile mindset, post-power payoff. Share it if you dare, in the comments with a crew. Accountability amps the alchemy. Turn this hurts to this own is. That's transformation. From flincher to forger. From fragile to fierce. Echo it final. Pain is progress in disguise. Lean in or lose out. Let it linger. Let it launch you. Because this chapter's your call to arms. Pain's not the peril, it's the power. Weaponize your threshold, and adversity bows. No more backing down, just breaking through. You've weaponized your pain threshold. Now silence the saboteur that feeds on it. Chapter 3. Kill the quitter's whisper. That voice. You know the one. Slithering in at mile 3 of your run. Murmuring during the midnight grind. It's soft at first. Seductive. Why push? Rest. Tomorrow's fine. Then it sharpens. You're tired. You're done. Walk away. Bullshit. Pure poisonous bullshit. That's the quitter's whisper, your internal saboteur. Wired for the warm blanket of comfort, starved for the cold fire of conquest. It's not a friend. It's a foe in disguise, the thief that robs you of empires before they're built. Most people listen. Nod along. Fold like cheap lawn chairs in a gale. Not you, not today. We're killing it. Right here. Expose the lie. Replace it with roar. Command your chaos. Because that whisper? It's the chain holding you hostage. Snap it. Or let it strangle your shot at greatness. You have a choice. Let the whisper win. And you're a spectator in your own life, watching opportunities, orbit while you orbit the couch. Or expose it as the coward it is. Swap it for steel commands that drive you forward like a freight train off the rails. That's the key. Not ignoring the noise. Not bargaining with it. It's slaughtering the source. Starving the signal until silence reigns and action thunders. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march, conquer your chaos. Shout it, own it. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march, conquer your chaos. The brain's a battlefield, and that voice is the infiltrator. Evolution's leftover from cave days when safe meant survival. But now, safe means stagnation. It's time to evict the squatter. No eviction notice, just execution. Proof in the fire. Elon Musk, visionary madman. The guy who bet his last dime on rockets when the world bet against him. 2008, SpaceX on the brink. 3 Falcon 1 launches, 3 flaming failures. Millions torched. Investors bailing like rats from a sinking ship. His PayPal windfall, drained dry. Tesla teetering. Personal fortune, dust. The whisper hit hurricane force. Shut it down! Sell the scraps. You're no rocket man, you're a rich fool playing. Pretend. Board members echoed it. Friends pleaded. Even his own mirror mocked. Most would have caved, liquidated, licked wounds in luxury exile. Not Musk, he killed the chorus. On launch 4, July '08, he stood in mission control. Gut churning, but mind locked. One more. Command the count. Conquer or crash trying. Liftoff. Success. Falcon 1 orbited. NASA contracts flooded. SpaceX? From near corpse to cosmic kingpin, reusable rockets. Mars dreams billions in backlog. That whisper? Buried in the blast zone. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march, conquer your chaos. Let it build like a drill sergeant's bark. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march, conquer your chaos. Analysis. Musk's edge wasn't genius alone. It was the assassination of Doubt's deputy. Psychology calls it ego depletion. That voice feeds on willpower's reserves, whispering louder when you're low. But elites? They preempt the strike. They don't debate the devil. They decapitate it. Contrast the casualties. Look at the startups that sputter out. Founders with fire and pitch decks, frost and follow-through. One bad beta test. One investor, no. And the whisper wins. Pivot to consulting. Play safe. Result, mediocre millions maybe, but no moonshots, no Musk-level myths. Or take the athletes, prime example, Derek Jeter, Yankees captain. But early 90s? Rookie slumps, scouts scoffing, whisper, trade bait. Go back to college, he killed it. Replaced with next at-bat. Command the cut, chaos conquered. 5 rings later, legend locked. The difference? Whisper autopsy, dissect, destroy, deploy, counterfire. You don't need their permission, the naysayers. The normies, the noise in your notifications, their realistic retreats are just rationalized quits. Yours, radical resolve. Behavioral boot camp, arm up against the assassin. Step 1, identify the intel. Track the triggers, when does it slink in? Post-failure fog. Fatigues fog? Log it raw, 2 p.m. slump. Whisper, email later. Counter, send now. March on. Step 2, replace the rhetoric. Don't suppress, supplant. Craft commands like grenades, short, sharp, self-directed. Feet forward. Focus locked. Forward now. Say them aloud. Absurd as it sounds. Mirror stare down mid-meeting mutter. Step 3, reinforce the route. Pair with proof. Tattoo a tally. Streaks of silenced whispers, winds whispered back. That's the transformation from whisper's puppet to commander's throne. No more marionette, just momentum machine. It's not about perfection's pipe dream. It's about persistence's punch. Perfection? That's the whisper's wingman, paralyzing you with not good enough. Persistence? That's the kill shot, propelling you through the good enough to the great. Commentary. Neuroscience nails it. Rumination on quits, rewires, reward circuits for retreat. Dopamine dips into despair loops. But countercommands? They hijack the highway, flooding frontal lobes with focus fire. Studies from Stanford's Grit Lab show high achievers don't hear less doubt. They hurl hotter rebuttals. Musk didn't meditate the murmur away. He muscled through with mantras. Failure's data. Launch again. You? Mirror that muscle. Instruction, daily drill, 5 minutes dawn patrol. List 3 whispers from yesterday. Execute executions. Whisper, skip gym. Command, suit up. Conquer sweat. Escalate. Whisper volume to a yell, your counter a cannon. Feel the flip? That's freedom forging. You have a choice. Feed the whisper with what ifs, and it fattens into a feast of fold. Or fast it out, feast on forward. That's the key to the kill, consistency in the coup. One ignored urge becomes a habit. One crushed chorus cascades into conquests. Real-world wreckage avoided. Think of the writers who whisper later to the blank page. Hemingway? He commanded the chaos, wrote drunk, edited sober, but never delayed dawn. Legacy? Immortal ink. Yours? Starts with the slaughter. No mercy, no maybes. Behavioral lock. Tonight, cue the confrontation. Pick a pending task. The email dread, the workout wait. When the whisper wheedles, whip it, dies now. March starts. Document the death, journal the jolt, the joy post-jab. Share if sharp, tell a trusted tough. I killed it today. Amplifies the alchemy. Turns solo slay into squad surge. Chant it crescendo. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march. Conquer your chaos. Louder, louder still. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march. Conquer your chaos. Let it liberate. Because this isn't armchair assassination. It's arena warfare. The whisper thrives in the quiet quits, the half-hearted halts. You? You're done donating airtime. Replace it with rally cries that rally troops in your temple of thought. Musk's 4th launch? Not luck. It was linguistic lockdown. Whispers walled off, commands catapulted. Your next pivot? Same script. That stalled project? Command. Code commit. Chaos crushed. That relational rut? Command. Convo now. Conquer the calm. No more negotiations. Just nationalizations of your nerve, your now. Layer the lethality. Pause for the precision. Envision the whisper as a serpent in your skull. Slimy, Subtle, strike ready. Default defense, denial, delay, defeat. Elite evasion, early extermination. Semantic strike, acronym IT, AWOL. Assassinate whisper on launch. Deploy it. Because unchecked, it cascades. One tomorrow topples towers of intent. Commentary. History's haunted by its hostages. Columbus whispered, turn back. On stormy seas, but killed it with westward. Win. Echo in your expedition. Modern mandate. Podcasters like Joe Rogan. Grinding mics through May mornings. Whisper, one less ep. Command, record, release, reign, empire built. Yours beckons if you butcher the betrayer. You don't need their permission to purge the parasite. The crowd's comfort chorus is just collective cowardice. Tune it out. Tune in to triumph. Right this instant. Behavioral blaze. Tomorrow's trigger trap. Set 3. Alarm for the ache point. When it hisses, hiss back harder. Dies. March. Chaos mine. Track the takedown tally. Week's end? Review the rubble. Revel in the rise. That's the shift. From whispered weakness to commanded conquest. From almost to armored. Final fire. Quitter's whisper dies today. Command your march. Conquer your chaos. Echo eternal. Embrace the empty space it leaves. Fill it with forward fury. Because you've executed the enemy within. Now stack the spoils of that silence. Chapter 4, Stack Unseen Victories Daily. Victories. You crave the big ones, don't you? The podium finish. The corner office key. The crowd's roar is your name. Echoes. Flashy. Fulfilling. But here's the gut punch. Those giants are ghosts without the groundwork. The unseen stacks. The quiet kills in the kill zone of your calendar. Most chase the climax, blind to the compound, the silent alchemy where one deliberate yes to discomfort snowballs into crisis-proof steel. You're done with the dazzled delusion. Start stacking now, brick by unglamorous brick. Because mental toughness isn't minted in moments. It's mortared in the mundane. Small habits, daily disciplines, unseen but unstoppable. Stack them or scatter forever. Your vault's empty without them. Fill it, forge it, today. You have a choice. Blow through life on bursts of brilliance, sporadic sprints that fizzle. Fast or commit to the compound, where micro wins multiply into macro might. That's the key. Not the headline hustle, not the viral victory lap. It's the ritual rhythm, cold showers that jolt you awake. Deliberate no's to distractions that drain you, one extra rep when the room spins. Stack the bricks, build the wall, one victory unseen becomes unbreakable. Mutter it, mean it. Stack the bricks, build the wall, one victory unseen becomes unbreakable. The math's merciless. Sporadic efforts yield sporadic spines, bendable at best, brittle at worst. But consistent compounds? Exponential empires. Warn yourself, skip the stack. And your strength stays surface level, cracking under the first real quake. Hammer this with ironclad proof. Jocko Willink. SEAL Commander. The man who turned Ramadi's rubble into a rout of insurgents. But rewind to the ops, the fog of war where bullets buzz like hornets and brothers bleed out beside you. Dawn raids, no sleep. Enemies everywhere. How did he outlast? Not with some super soldier serum. With the stack. 4:30 a.m. wake-ups even in barracks hell. Black coffee. Brief. Gear check. One deliberate act after another. Polish the boots. Plot the patrol. Push the platoon past panic. Ritualistic. Relentless. Those unseen victories? They didn't just survive the siege. They stacked into supremacy. Willink's discipline outlasted the enemy because it outprepared them. Fog of war? Cleared by the clarity of cumulative calm. Post-SEAL? He bottled it. Discipline equals freedom. Woke the world with workouts at ungodly hours. Books that blueprint the build. A podcast empire from the pre-dawn grind. One brick at 4:30 became a wall no war could breach. Stack the bricks, build the wall, one victory unseen becomes unbreakable. Let it land like a loaded barbell. Stack the bricks, build the wall, one victory unseen becomes unbreakable. Analysis. Jocko's edge was exponential engineering. Psychology's compound curve. Habits hit critical mass around day 66. Per UCL studies, but elites accelerate by stacking synergies. Cold exposure amps alertness. Nose to Netflix reclaim hours. Reps rewire resolve. Contrast the casualties. The weekend warriors who crush CrossFit Saturdays. Then couch crash Sundays through Fridays. Sporadic, sure, sustainable? Nah. Look at the 9 to 5. Drones who dream empires but deliver drudgery. Skipping the stack for screens. ending in echo chambers of someday. Or the entrepreneurs. One hits a funding frenzy, burns bright, burns out. No daily deposits, vault voids. But the builders? Think Tim Ferriss, pre-4-hour haze. He stacked cold plunges amid coding marathons, deliberate delegations in .com dives. Result? Not just a bestseller, a blueprint for billions, all from unseen stacks amid the scramble. You don't need their permission, the highlight hustlers, the hustle porn peddlers, the peers who pose with private jets but panic at push-ups. Their empires? Often edited illusions built on borrowed bricks. Yours? Authentic accumulation. Behavioral blueprint. Architect your stack now. Step 1. Inventory the invisible. List 5. Micro moves. Make the bed. Battlefield mindset. Hydrate first. Hydration hack. Journal 1 win. Wire the wins. Step 2. Schedule the siege. Anchor to anchors. Post-alarm cold rinse. Mid-morning no to the non-essential. Step 3. Track the tally. App or notepad. No fluff. Stack number 7. Declined donut. Energy edged up. That's the transformation. From chaotic collector to compound king. No more scattershot strikes. Just systematic surges. It's not about glamour's glitter. It's about discipline's grind. Glamour? That's the flaw. Fleeting fog that fools you into feast or famine fitness. Discipline? That's the forge. Turning one more into only more. Commentary. The data's diamond hard. Harvard's grant. Study. 75 years tracking triumph. Grit grinds generational gaps, but only if stacked. Neuro angle. Each victory dopamine's a delta, deepening dedication grooves. Willink's wake-ups? Wired his warrior brain for war's worst. Civilians mirror it. The sales rep who stacks cold calls at dawn, turns quotas to quarters, buys the boat by 40. The mom who mandates morning meditations amid mayhem, manifests calm that crushes chaos. Your stack? Same script. Instruction. Dawn drill tomorrow. Pick 1. 5-minute plank. Pain pivot. Gratitude graph. Grit graft. Or declutter decision dominance. Execute. Etch it. Stacked. Stronger. Feel the vault vibrate? That's velocity building. You have a choice. Let days dissolve into distraction drifts, and your will wilts like week-old weeds. Or stack savage, watch sporadic soften into steel. That's the key to the kingdom. Visibility's overrated. Unseen stacks the safest. Real-world ripple. Jocko's civilian converts, execs, who echoed his 0430. Ethos amid boardroom battles. One VP stacked no meetings Mondays into innovation influx. Climbed C-suites on Spotlight. Another, ritual reads at Rise. Turned team turmoil to turnaround triumph. No fanfare. Just fortitude forged. Yours beckons. That side hustle sidelined. Stack 15 minutes pre-coffee. That fitness fade? Stack sneakers at the door, tripwire to tread. Sporadic yields stories of almost. Stacks script sagas of always. Chant it core deep. Stack the bricks. Build the wall. One victory unseen becomes unbreakable. Hammer home. Stack the bricks, build the wall. One victory unseen becomes unbreakable. Layer the leverage. Envision your vault. Not Vegas slots, but Swiss surety. Daily deposits. Interest invisible at first, then inexorable. Pause for the power. Default mode. Deficit spending on downtime. Debt of discipline unpaid. Elite equation. Surplus stacks. Surplus strength when storms strike. Semantic seal. STAK. Small triumphs accumulate compound kingdom. Deploy daily. Because unchecked chaos, it compounds too, into catastrophe cascades. Commentary. Buffett's Berkshire. Not bold bets alone. Daily disciplines. Read 500 pages. Deliberate decisions. Decades of dull diligence. Billions banked from bricks no one saw laid. You don't need their permission to pile the powerhouse. The world's wired for wow, not the workhorse wins. Ignore the Insta-inspo. Ignite your inventory, right now. Behavioral blaze. Blueprint your bricklay, 3 stacks for the week. Monday meditate, Tuesday tidy, Wednesday walk. No half measures. Half stacks, half builds, hollow havens that hail at hailstorms. Full forge, fortress. Track triumphs, photo the proof. Post if proud or private, powers personal. Week's wrap. Weigh the wall. Taller? Tougher? That's the thrill. Transformation tactile from A to empire ready. It's not about quantity's quest. It's about quality's quiet quake. Quantity? Flaw of the frantic, frenetic flurries that fizzle. Quality? Discipline's dagger, piercing pretense to plant permanence. Willink warned, don't count reps. Make reps count. Echo it in your empire. Instruction? Escalate the stack. Week 2, double down. Cold shower to contrast walk, gratitude to group share. Feel the fusion? That's fortification firing. No more nominal nods to New Year noise. Real resolve, relentless ritual. Final forge. Stack the bricks. Build the wall. One victory unseen becomes unbreakable. Let it load your ledger. Let it launch your legacy. Because this chapter's your cornerstone. Unseen victories aren't optional. They're the only path to unbreakable. Stack them daily and your will weathers worlds. No more whispers of what if. Just walls that withstand. You've stacked your unseen victories daily. Now break free from the force that flattens them all. Chapter 5. Defy the gravity of doubt. Doubt. It's a black hole, isn't it? Sucking you in. Slow and sure. That gnawing gut twist before the pitch. The second-guess spiral in the shower. Who am I to try? What if I flop? Why even launch? It pulls like gravity. Relentless. Invisible, grounding your dreams in the dirt of maybe not. Most people orbit. It. Trapped. Timid. Spinning. Excuses while the bold blast passed. Not you. Not anymore. Doubt's not destiny. It's a force you defy. Action over affirmation. Momentum over mood. Launch anyway. Because toughness isn't about feeling fearless. It's about firing. Through the fear, turning skepticism's drag into your Delta V. Defy it now, or let it define you forever. Your orbit starts here. Strap in. You have a choice. Let doubt dictate your drift. Mood's puppet, affirmation's addict, or ignite action's engines, where proof propels you past the pull. That's the key. Not positive post-its or pep talks that peel off by noon. It's the flywheel. One step defies the drag, builds velocity, silences the static with speed. Doubt pulls down, action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. Chant it, charge it. Doubt pulls down, action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. The physics is brutal. Inaction amplifies the attractor. Doubt's mass growing with every tomorrow. But motion? It mocks the magnet. Newton's first law, weaponized. An object in motion stays in savage pursuit. Stop affirming. Start activating. Your trajectory transforms there. Proof in the propulsion. Oprah Winfrey. From Mississippi mud shacks to media mogul. Billions branded. Billions inspired. But scroll back to 74, 19, fired from her first radio gig. Too emotional, they said. Too black, whispered the suits. Poverty's print. Abused at 9. Abandoned by kin. Scraping by on welfare's whisper. Doubt? It howled hurricane. Stay small. Speak soft. You're no star, just a statistic. High school? Valedictorian, but college cash? Zilch. Baltimore desk job? Demoted to graveyard shift. Tears her co-anchor. The pull was planetary. Imposter syndrome's iron grip. Yanking her toward safe obscurity. Peers? Plenty stalled there. Child stars like Gary Coleman. Doubts devouring. Early fame. Then fraud suits faded to footnotes, or Tatum O'Neal, Oscar at 10. But doubt's drag drowned her in drugs, directing her dive from darling to despair. They affirmed the abyss. I'm broken. Believe it. Not Oprah, she defied, one bold pitch after another. Auditioned anyway, raw voice cracking, but resolve rocketing. Landed that local anchor spot, then syndicated syndication. The Oprah Winfrey Show. Pitched herself. Savage. Cold calls to stations. Scripts scribbled on napkins, demos dubbed in dorms. Doubt dragged. Too country. Too colored. Too much, she launched. Episode 1? Stumbled. Ratings? Rough. But action accrued. Interviews that ignited. Empathy that echoed. Empire that emerged. By 88? Sweeps queen. By 2000? Own network. 2.5 billion net. Philanthropy that pierced poverty's veil. That flywheel? Spun from first flops into orbital dominance. Doubt didn't dissolve. It got dwarfed by the data of doing. Doubt pulls down. Action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. Build the beat. Doubt pulls down. Action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. Analysis. Oprah's ascent autopsies the attractor. Psych lits loaded. Imposter syndrome hits 70% of pros per Intuit studies. Doubt's density denser in the driven. But elites engineer escape velocity, not by banishing the black hole, impossible, but by burning boosters, Action's afterburners. Contrast the craters, stars like Mike Tyson, early knockouts. But doubts undertow, post-prison paranoia, pulling him to pay-per-view pathos. Or Lindsay Lohan, Mean Girl Millions. Then Mean Mug mugshots, Mood's mastery over momentum. They stalled in Syndrome's shadow, affirming flawed over forging forward. Oprah, Action's antidote. Each pitch proved the pull wrong. Flywheel whirring, proof compounding, doubt decaying. You don't need their permission. The syndrome shrinks. The skeptics who shrink-wrap success in safe. Their orbits? Elliptical excuses. Never escaping atmosphere. Yours? Interstellar intent. Behavioral blueprint. Blueprint your blast-off. Step 1. Map the magnet. Journal doubts drag. Before meeting that they'll see the fraud. Rate the rip 8-10. Step 2. Ignite ignition. Counter with commit. Schedule the strike, no opt-out. Pitch that idea? Email sent by noon. Gymgate? Gear on by 6. Step 3. Log the liftoff. Post-action audit. Launched. Lift, 710, doubt. Downshifted. That's the transformation. From grounded gazer to gravity defier. No more mood's mercy. Just motion's mandate. It's not about confidence's con. It's about discipline's drive. Confidence? Flaw of the fleeting. Fakes it till it fades, leaving you fallow. Discipline? That's the delta. Action's unyielding thrust piercing the pull. Commentary. Brain scans scream it. Doubt dials down dopamine docks. But doing docks the deficit. Flooding with fulfillment loops. APA's resilience research. Affirmers affirm away hours. Actors accrue advantages. Flywheels freeing frontal focus. Oprah's orbit. Not innate nerve. Intentional navigation. One yes to the yak. Turning you're not to you are. Instruction. Daily delta drill. Pick one pull point. The call, the create, the confront. Countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, launch. No launch litany, just leap. Track the thrust velocity vector faster. Freer? Feel the flywheel fire? That's fortitude forming. You have a choice. Orbit doubt's debris field. Collecting what-if wreckage, or eject. Engines eternal, charting courses no critic can chart. That's the key to cosmic conquest. Proof's the propellant, not platitudes. Real-world rocket fuel. Think Bezos, Amazon's attic start. Doubt dragged. Books, online, bankruptcy bait. He launched listings anyway. 94. Garage grind, one click at a time. Flywheel word, customers clicked, capital compounded. Cosmos conquered, spaceships now from shelf stacks. Or Rowling. 12 rejections, welfare mom, wizard whispers doubted. Action manuscript mailed, 13th yes. Harry Potter? 25 billion blastoff. No affirmations alone. Audacious acts. Your next node? Same thrust. That book unwritten? Outline 1 page now. That biz unbegun? Buy the domain today. Sporadic spin stall. Sustained surges soar. Chant it cosmic. Doubt pulls down. Action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. Rhythm rising. Doubt pulls down. Action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. Layer the launch. Visualize the vector. Default. Downward drift. Doubt's delta V deficit. Elite escape. Action arc. Bending the bowstring of belief through ballistic bravery. Pause for the parabola. Syndrome's not sinister. It's signal. Spotlighting stretch zones. Weaponize it. Doubt docks. Dock and deploy. Semantic surge. DOUBD. Do one unyielding bold thrust. Drill it daily. Because unchecked, it cascades. One not now nosedives nations of notion. Commentary. Gallup's grit gauge. High achievers act 3x faster on fears. Turning friction to fusion. Oprah's own? Not overnight orbit. Orbitals of outreach. One guest, one give back. Gravity gradually defied. You don't need their permission to punch the pull. The peanut gallery's planetary pull is just projected paralysis. Blast beyond. Write this rocket. Behavioral blaze. Tomorrow's trajectory. Target one tug. The talk. The task, the trial. Affirm? Nah. Activate. Timer set, threshold crossed. Document the defiance. Blasted. Boost, breakthrough. Share the signal. Ally alert. Launch today. Lift logged. Amplifies ascent. Turns solo shuttle to squad support. Weeks warp. Review the reach. Farther? Fiercer? That's the triumph. Transformation telescopic. From terrestrial tether to stellar stride. It's not about erasing the event horizon. It's about exceeding escape velocity. Erase? Elusive illusion for the idle? Exceed? Discipline's domain, action's apex where doubt dissolves in the dust of doing. Oprah owned it. The biggest adventure is living the life of your dreams. But dreams? Dormant without the do. Instruction. Escalate the engines. Week 2, tandem thrusts. Pair the pitch with partner proof. Feedback fueling the fly. Feel the fusion? That's frontier forging. No more nominal nods to one-day nebulas. Real resolve. Relentless rocketry. Final flare. Doubt pulls down. Action blasts off. Choose launch every damn time. Ignite infinite. Ignite your infinity. Because this chapter's your countdown. Defy doubt's drag and your will warps worlds. No more grounded. Just galaxies gained. You've defied the gravity of doubt. Now mind the raw material it leaves behind. Chapter 6. Harvest Adversity's Hidden Forge. Adversity. It's the hammer strike you never see coming. The layoff letter. The loved one's goodbye. The dream deferred into dust. It slams you flat, doesn't it? Splinters your plans, scars your skin, screams surrender in the silence. Most people mourn it, mutter curses. Let it metastasize into a monument of misery, rusting. Regrets that rot the rest of their days, weak, wasteful, that's not the forge. That's the funeral. Adversity isn't your assassin. It's your alchemist, raw ore dropped in your lap, begging to be mined, melted, molded into might. Every loss, a lesson laced with leverage. Harvest it ruthlessly, or watch it wither you whole. Because elites don't dodge the drop. They dig in, extracting gold from the grit. Your hammer's here. Swing it. Shape it. Start now. You have a choice. Treat setbacks as stop signs, brakes slammed. Blame broadcast, or as starter fluid. Igniting the engine of evolution. That's the key. Not pity parties or passive prayers. It's the harvest. Ruthless review, radical reframe, relentless rebuild. Adversity forges, it doesn't fracture. Mine the metal, master the might. Declare it. Digest it. Adversity forges, it doesn't fracture. Mine the metal, master the might. The default? Destruction mode. Adversity as enemy, erasing effort, entombing you in if only. But the forge? It's the exclusive gym of giants, where pressure plates pure potential, turning trials to triumphs. Stop seeing scars as shackles. See them as signatures of survival, of strength, of the savage who's stepping up. Proof in the pressure. Nelson Mandela, freedom fighter, global icon. But strip the statues, 27 years caged. Robben Island, limestone quarry dust choking his lungs. Solitary cells where sunlight was a sin. Apartheid's anvil, beaten, boycotted, buried alive while the world whispered, wait. Adversity? It could have crushed him. Many it did, comrades cracked. Causes crumbled under the compound's cruelty. Whispers in the wind, rebels' folly. Release the rage. Rot in regret. Peers perished or pivoted to peace. Some exiles exiled their fire. Trading fight for flight. Or take Steve Biko, anti-apartheid Blaze beaten to death in 77 custody. His forge flickered out. Fracture fatal. Doubt's dark dance claimed countless. Activists who affirmed the abyss, letting isolation isolate their iron. Not Madiba. He harvested. Mined the metal daily. Mornings in the mire. Afternoons in the archive, smuggled texts. Secret seminars with warders turned wary allies. Isolation. Sharpened his strategy. Unyielding vision honed like a spear in the shadows. Wrote letters that lit fuses worldwide. Turned guards' grudges into grudging respect. Released in 90? Not broken. Bellowing. Negotiated the end of apartheid. Birthed a rainbow nation. Nobel 93. President 94. Legacy? Not luck. Harvest. Every lash a lesson in leverage. Every lockdown a lab for leadership. That forge forged forgiveness from fury. Unity from the underground. Toppling a tyranny that trembled titans. Adversity forges, it doesn't fracture. Mine the metal, master the might. Let it lava flow through you. Adversity forges, it doesn't fracture. Mine the metal, master the might. Analysis. Mandela's masterclass mirrors. Metallurgy. Heat and hammer don't have the hunk. They hollow impurities harden the heart. Psych science stacks it. Post-traumatic growth. Per Tedeschi's trauma triad. Adversity autopsies illusions. Amplifies agency, architects authenticity. Elites extract. Contrast the entrepreneurs who evaporate in economic evisceration. Pets.com. So bust? Founders folded, fortunes flushed, footnotes now. Or we works, we crash. Adam Newman's 19 implosion, billions vaporized, vision vilified. He mourned the miss, mind, minimal, stayed soft, scripting sequels of someday. But the harvesters? Howard Schultz. Starbucks sacked in '83 slump, harvested the hurt into hybrid hustle. Coffee carts to cafe conquest, 100B brew from bankruptcy's brew. Or Sarah Blakely, Spank Spark from sales snubs, door-to-door nose, nurtured into 1B under things empire. Forge fuel, failures filtered, not festered. You don't need their permission. The pity peddlers, the poor you posse, the press that packages pain as permanent. Their empathy? Often excuse in disguise, enabling the entombment. Yours? Extraction expertise. Behavioral blueprint your burrow. Step 1, bury the blame. Post-hit. 24-hour hold, no vents. Just vault. What or here? Opportunity? Oversight? Step 2, mind merciless, interrogate. The incident, 3 takeaways. Tactic tweak. Tenacity test, team truth. Log like loot. Step 3, mold the metal, prototype. The pivot. 1 action alloyed from the ash. Deploy by dawn. That's the transformation. From setback survivor to setback smith. No more narrative of the fallen. Just the narrative of the forged. It's not about resilience's rebound. It's about discipline's delve. Rebound? Flaw of the frantic. Bounces back but brittle, blind to the buried bounty. Discipline? That's the delve deep dive into the dross for diamonds. Commentary. Harvard's adversity audit. High achievers. Harvest 3x more from hits, turning hit to hit list of hacks. Neuronugget, stress spikes BDNF. Brain fertilizer, but only if framed as forge, not fiasco. Mandela's memoirs? Not moan fests. Master plans. Long walk to freedom, walk the wire of wisdom from walls. Apply it. That firing? Forge a freelance fleet. That fracture? Fuel a fitness forge. Instruction? Daily delve drill. Revisit one relic? Relationship rupture? What wisdom wired my worth? Extract, etch, execute. 1 empathy exercise today. Track the temper. Hotter? Harder? Feel the forge flare? That's fortitude from the furnace. You have a choice. Let adversity acid etch excuses into your epidermis or alchemize it to armor. Every etch an emblem of elevation. That's the key to the kingdom. Regrets the rust of the reckless. Harvest halts the haze. Real-world riches. Pivot pros like Jack Ma, Alibaba architect. Butter rejections, KFC, Police Harvard, harvested to nose-nurture necessity, birthing 500B behemoth from Beijing's boot, or J.K. Rowling redux, 90s welfare wreckage, manuscript massacres, manic depression, mind, magic, depression taught detachment, poverty, perspective, Harry harvested from the hurt, 1B plus wizard wealth. Your yield? Same soil. That stalled startup? Soil for side seeds. That slight? Spark for skill sharpen. No more nominal nods to next time nebulas. Ruthless reaps. Chant it cavern deep. Adversity forges. It doesn't fracture. Mine the metal. Master the might. Reverberate. Adversity forges. It doesn't fracture. Mine the metal. Master the might. Layer the load. Envision the vein. Not vein voids, but vital veins pulsing potential. Pause for the pickaxe. Default dig. Shallow scrapes, surface scratches that scar sans strength. Elite excavation, vein to vault, semantic strike, chair visti. Harvest adversity's raw value. Extract strength today. Drill it deliberate. Because unmined, it metastasizes. Missed memos compound to career coffins. Commentary. APA's growth graphs. Reframers rise 40% faster post-fall. Forges fueling, not fractures. Mandela's quarry. Not just quarried stone, quarried soul, sharpened to shatter systems. You don't need their permission to plunder the payload. The world's woe weavers weave webs of woe is me, tangled traps. Tunnel through. Write this rift. Behavioral blaze. Tomorrow's trove. Target 1 trove. The trip up. The tumble, the tear. No eulogy. Excavate. Or 1. Oversight on outreach. Alloy. Action. Audit allies. Weekly. Document the dig. Journal the jewels, journal the jolt. Ally amplify. Share the strike. Mind this mess today. Turns private prospect to public power. Week's way in. Richer? Resilient? That's the thrill. Transformation tectonic. From terrain trapped to treasure troved. It's not about optimism's opiate. It's about discipline's drill. Optimism? Flaw of the foolish. Floaties over the falls, false floats. Discipline? That's the drill boring into bedrock for bullion. Mandela mandated it. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Triumph? From the toil. Instruction. Escalate the extract. Week 2. Tandem treks. Pair the probe with peer pole. Feedback fusing the find. Feel the fusion? That's forge fever. No more surface skims. Subterranean strikes. Final fire. Adversity forges. It doesn't fracture. Mine the metal, master the might. Let it load your legacy. Let it launch your lore. Because this chapter's your claim stake. Harvest adversity's hidden forge, and your will wields worlds. No more rusting relics. Just refined rain. You've harvested adversity's hidden forge. Now guard the gold with unblinking eyes. Chapter 7. Lock in ruthless focus. Focus. It's the forge's fire, crackling hot. Devouring dross to deliver diamonds. But yours? It's flickering, isn't it? Fed by a fire hose of feeds, pings, posts, pop-ups, the endless enemy of excellence. One tab too many. One quick check that kills the kill shot. Distractions don't just steal time. They steal your soul, dousing the flames until your will cools to brittle charcoal. Most people multitask their mediocrity, juggling jackhammers of noise, nailing nothing but nails in their own coffin. Pathetic. Predictable. Not you. Not in this arena. Lock it in! Ruthless, relentless, one target! Total takeover. Because attention's your ultimate asset, the laser that cuts chaos to confetti. Scatter it and shatter. Guard it and conquer. Your fire's dimming. Stoke it now. You have a choice. Let the world's white noise whip your whims, chasing squirrels, while the summit slips, or clamp down, channeling every ounce into the one war worth waging. That's the key. Not broader bandwidth or better apps. It's the lockdown. Deliberate denial. Priority prison. Where non-essentials starve in the dark while your bullseye burns bright. Focus locks the forge. Scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. Breathe it. Burn it in. Focus locks the forge. Scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. The thief's slick, dopamine dealers disguised as urgent, pocketing your potential in pixels and prompts. But elites? They erect the walls. No windows, no whims. Just the work. Lock in or lock out of legacy. Proof in the precision. Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba, 5 rings, 81-point storm. But peel the playoffs, crunch time. Fourth quarter, garden gone mad, booze bellowing, bodies banging, clock cruel at 24. Teammates turning tails. Fans flashing futures of failure. Noise? Nuclear? Distractions? A damn deluge. Crowd chants, coach cues, creaky knees whispering bail. Most guards glance. Gaze at ghosts. Gulp the glamour of the getaway. Peers? Plenty punked out. Reggie Miller? Choke artist in 98 finals. Scattered shots in the spotlight. Focus fractured by the frenzy. Or Carmelo Anthony, scoring savant. But playoff phantoms, tunnel vision too narrow for team takeover. Distractions devouring drives to the deep. They scattered and the stage swallowed them. Not Kobe, Mamba mentality, lockdown lethal. Game 7 2010 finals. Down 3-2 to Boston. Staples silent but seething. He ignored it all. The elbow ache, the eraser head erasures, the echo of overrated. Locked on one target, the rim. Total takeover. Dribble deliberate. Release robotic. 23 in the fourth. Game winner gravity defied. Series squared. Rings reclaimed. Post-game? I saw nothing but net, because he saw nothing else. That focus? Forged in fire drills, off-season obsessions, 4 a.m. arrivals, film feasts where plays pulsed like heartbeats. Writers marveled. Mid-chaos, Kobe carved cathedrals of calm. Legacy? Not luck. Laser lockdown, turning turmoil to triumph. Focus locks the forge. Scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. Meditate on it. Let it magnetize. Focus locks the forge. Scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. Analysis. Kobe's kill switch was cognitive command. Psych calls it flow state. Csikszentmihalyi's coin, where immersion incinerates interference. But it demands denial. Brain's default? Diffusion, juggling 2.1 tasks per Cal Newport's deep work data, yielding 40% trash output. Elites enforce the embargo. One priority, oxygen only. Contrast the casualties. Tech titans who tweet through takeovers, Jack Dorsey, Twitter's founder Focus fumbled in the feeds. Firm fractured by fiat fantasies. Or authors adrift. Dan Brown. Pre-Da Vinci drift. Distractions drowning drafts till he dialed in. 5 a.m. sprints, no net zones. Scattered scribes, shelf space for the shelved. But the locked, Stephen King, It Carry. 60-plus smashes. Penned amid Maine mayhem. Kids chaos. Cancer's claw, writer's blocks bite. Scheduled isolation. 2,000 words dawn locked, door dead bolted. Distractions, dead output. Empire of Ink, 500 meter minted from the monastic. You don't need their permission, the multitask myths, the hustle harder hucksters, the hordes hooked on hustle porn. Their scattered success, smoke and mirrors, masking the mess of half-baked hits. Yours, surgical strike. Behavioral blueprint. Barricade your bunker. Step 1. Declare the domain. 1 daily dagger the deal. The draft. The drill. No side quests. Step 2. Erect the enclosure. Timer tyranny. 90-minute blocks. Blacked out. Phone in purgatory. Airplane mode alter. Step 3. Audit the aftermath. Post-lock. Target hit. Takeover tallied. Log the liberation. That's the transformation. From fractured firefly to focused flamethrower. No more diffusion delusion. Just directed dominance. It's not about busyness's badge. It's about discipline's drill. Busyness? Flaw of the frantic. Frenetic fog that fools frenzy for forward. Discipline? That's the drill, boring blinders into your brain, blocking the barrage. Commentary. APA's attention apocalypse. Average span shrunk to 8 seconds. Goldfish gold from distractions, drip drip death. But deep divers? Dopamine rewired. Oxford's Oxford. Focus floods prefrontal power. Productivity popping 500%. King's cabin? Not cute. Calculated. Amateurs sit and wait for lightning. Pros get busy finding it. Kobe concurred. The game is my wife. It demands loyalty. Instruction. Dawn lockdown. Carve 60 minutes. Clean. No news, no nods to nonsense. Target. The task that terrifies. Execute. Emerge etched. Locked. Laser live. Track the torque. Sharper. Steadier. Feel the forge firm. That's fortitude firing. You have a choice. Feed the fire hose frenzy and your flames fizzle to embers, or funnel it fierce. One flame fed to furnace fury. That's the key to the conquest. Scatters the shatterer. Lockdown's the liberator. Real-world rampage. King's kin. Tabloid tempests. 80s coke crash. Didn't derail the desk. Locked lines. Misery penned in months. Million maker. Or Bezos's boardrooms. Amazon's ascent amid analyst assaults. Focus funneled to customer obsession silos. Distractions deported. Deliveries dominating. Your lock? Same latch. That project procrastinated? Lock 90 from 9. That skill stalled? Lock lapse in the lane. No more nominal nods to later labyrinths. Ruthless reaps results. Chant it chamber deep. Focus locks the forge. Scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. Pause. Pulse with it. Focus locks the forge. Scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. Layer the laser. Envision the lens. Not lens flare, but lethal light piercing the pitch. Default drift. Diffused dawn, daylight diluted to dregs. Elite etch. Pinpoint precision, semantic seal. LOCK. Laser one crucial kill. Deploy deliberate. Because unchecked chaos, it corrodes the core. Cascades of close butt into career crypts. Commentary. Stanford scatter study. Multitaskers tank 20% on toggles. Time tripled for the trivial. Kobe's crunch. Not clairvoyance. Calibrated calm. Noise nullified. Net nailed. You don't need their permission to purge the periphery. The world's wanderlust is just wired weakness. Wandering wolves. Wool gathered. Wall it off. Write this rift. Behavioral blaze. Tomorrow's target. Tether one titan. The talk. The tome. The toil. No interlopers. Isolate space sacred. Silence sworn. Document the dominion. Locked in. Legacy laid. Alley alert optional. Focus fire today. Feedback. Amplifies the aim. Turns lone laser to league light. Weeks weld. Wider. Weaponized. That's the thrill. Transformation telescopic. From tangled threads to taut trajectory. It's not about expansion's ego. It's about discipline's depth. Expansion? Flaw of the expansive. Empire illusions, empty expanses. Discipline? That's the depth, diving singular to surface supremacy. King keyed it. The scariest moment is always just before you start. Start singular. Instruction. Escalate the enclosure. Week 2. Extend. 120-minute marathons, multi-target. Nah, Master 1. Feel the fusion? That's Forge fortified. No more surface skims, submergent strikes. Final flare. Focus locks the forge, scatter and shatter. One target, total takeover. Let it light your lane. Let it launch your lore. Because this chapter's your crosshair. Lock in ruthless focus and your will wields wonders. No more scattered sparks. Just singular blaze. You've locked in ruthless focus. Now forge it with forces beyond your solo swing. Chapter 8. Build allies in accountability. Accountability. It's the anvil under your hammer, isn't it? Steady, unyielding, striking back when your swing softens. But most swing solo, isolated. Imagining. The forge is a one-man war. Vows whispered. To mirrors that lie back with nods. Cracks form. Heat warps the metal. Slippage sneaks in. One skipped stack. One dodged drill. One tomorrow that turns to never. Lone wolves howl loud, but they howl alone, fading to echoes. Empires evaporating in the vacuum of unchecked. Ego, pathetic, preventable, not your path. Build the crew. Ironclad allies who don't coddle. Who call bullshit on your bullshit. Turning private pacts into public steel. Because solo forges crack under heat. Allies? They amplify the alloy. Recruit them. Rally them. Right now, you have a choice. Forge in the fog of self-deception, vague. I'll do betters that dissolve like smoke. Or anchor in the arena of accountability, where eyes on you enforce the excellence you owe yourself. That's the key. Not more apps or alarms. It's the external edge, partners who probe your progress, mirrors that mercilessly reflect the misses, turning I meant to into I must. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone. Grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. Growl it. Grind it. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone. Grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. The isolation illusion? It's the killer, brain's blind spot, where biases bloom unchecked, turning potential to piffle. But crews? They cauterize the crap. No escape, no excuses. Just elevation. Proof in the partnership. Warren Buffett, Oracle of Omaha, 100 billion plus empire. But rewind to 59. Nebraska nobody. Insurance agent with a sideline in stocks, scraping by on 10K a year. Ambition? Atomic. But the market's a meat grinder. 62 crash. 73 oil shock. Whispers of wise guy from Wall Street wolves. Solo? He'd have snapped, overthinking every ticker. Ego inflating every win. Evaporating every error. Lone wolves littered the lane. Jesse Livermore. 20s legend, billions bet but blind to busts. No posse to pull the parachute. Suicide by 40. Or Bill Gross. Bond king, Pimco pioneer, but post-Aero 9, unchecked hubris. Macro misses, mutiny in the ranks. To be firm fled without feedback's fire. They grew dull, blades blunted by the bubble of, I'm the boss, not Buffett. He built the brain trust, mastermind mandate, 59. The Buffett Group, 12 locals, weekly Omaha huddles. No suits, no small talk, just scrutiny. Portfolio probes, pick-aparts, why this stock? What's the blind spot? Peers like Charlie Munger, sharp as shrapnel, sliced his slips. Too conservative, Warren. Swing bigger. Or Dorsey's early echo. Tech titans like Ben Graham's ghosts. Grilling the greed. That loop amplified his alchemy. Berkshire hatched 68. Textiles to titans. 600K seed to 900B behemoth. Annual letters? Accountability artifacts. Transparency total. Misses mind with Munger's mirror. No lone legend. Leveraged legion. Feedback fueled 20% compounds for decades. Allies didn't just sharpen. They steel-clad the swing. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone, grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. Let it league up. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone, grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. Analysis. Buffett's blueprint bodies the bandwagon effect, psych social proof, but weaponized. External anchors activate agency per Yale's accountability audits, boosting adherence 65%. Elites enlist. Solo swings splinter under stress. Squads sustain the strike. Contrast the casualties. Startup solos like Elizabeth Holmes, Theranos Titaness. No truth-tellers in the tent. 9B fraud facade till the fall. Or athletes adrift, Mike Ditka, Bears boss, 85. Super Bowl blaze, But 90s Bears bust. No posse post-peak. Plays predictable, playoffs past. Feedback famine fades fast. But the banded? Think AA's anonymous armies, addicts anchored in admission circles, relapse rates slashed 50%. Or YPO forums, CEOs confessing cash crunches, cohorts crafting comebacks, 10T collective clout from candid calls. You don't need their permission, the ego emperors, the I got this isolationists, the inner circle that's just a echo chamber of yes men. Their dull blades, dull legacies. Yours? Diamond Edge delegation. Behavioral blueprint. Blueprint your battalion. Step 1. Recruit the ruthless. 3 traits. Tough. Calls crap. Trusted. Keeps confidential. Trailblazers. Been there, built that. No friends first. Friction fosters. Step 2. Ritual the reckoning. Weekly war rooms. 30 minutes. Share stacks, wins, wobbles. Solicit the slice. Where'd I slack? Step 3. Enforce the echo. Follow-up fines. Miss a metric? Public pledge or penalty pot. Coffee for the crew. That's the transformation from solo slacker to squad sentinel. No more mirror monologues. Just multiplied might? It's not about network's noise. It's about discipline's drill down. Network? Flaw of the flashy. Fancy fates that fake depth, fleeting fist bumps. Discipline? That's the drill. Deep diving into the doings with daggers of detail. Commentary. Harvard's peer pressure playbook. Accountable. Alliances amp output 42% via mirror neurons mimicking mastery. Cortisol curbed by collective callouts. Buffett's Berkshire. Not boardroom baloney? Brutal briefs. Munger's invert. Always invert. Flipping flaws with the group's gravity. Apply it. That fitness fade? Forge a Fit 4? Logging lifts live. That biz bottleneck? Brainstorm with barons who've busted through. Instruction. Dawn deployment. Text your trio. Today, accountability pact, weekly check. No mercy. Track the temper. Tighter. Tougher? Feel the forge firm? That's fortitude from the fray. You have a choice. Let isolation. Incubate indifference. Vows vaporizing in the void. Or invite the Inquisition, where irons interrogate your intent into ironclad action. That's the key to the kingdom. Dull grows in the dark. Mirrors multiply the metal. Real-world rally. Masterminds like EO's Edge. Entrepreneurs owning empires. But owning errors in entrepreneur-only enclaves. Scaling threaks on solo stumbles. Or Tiger Woods' Preed 09. Swing savant. But no negativity neutralizers. Yips and yes men. Majors missed till the therapy troop turned the tide. Your alliance? Same armor. That goal ghosted? Group it. Shared sheet. Spotlight slips. That skill stagnant. Squad sessions, demo, dissect, dominate. No more nominal nods to self-sufficient silos. Squad script supremacy. Chant it cadre close. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone. Grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. Cadence building. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone. Grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. Layer the league. Envision the loop, not loose links, but locked lattice lifting loads. Pause for the pact. Default drift. Detached drudge, decisions decaying in denial. Elite entente, symbiotic sharpeners, semantic seal. ALLY. Anchor loyalty. Leverage your yield. Deploy deliberate. Because unchecked, it corrodes the core, cascades of close calls into collapsed campaigns. Commentary. Gallup's grit gauge. Groups grind 35% greater. Feedback's friction forging faster fixes. Buffett's Buffett partnership. Not buff alone. Buddy's barbs. Sell the seers. Stupid. Saved millions, sharpened the seer. You don't need their permission to pull the posse. The world's wolfpack wannabes are just wandering. Weaklings whining without witnesses. Weld yours. Write this round table. Behavioral blaze, tomorrow's tether. Target your triad. Invite one in. Iron in. Weekly weigh-in. No namby. Nail the norms. Slips shared. Success is spotlighted. Document the drill. Crew called crap. Course corrected. Amplify all in alert. Pact powered today. Turns private probe to platoon push. Weeks weld weightier. Weaponized. That's the thrill. Transformation tribal. From tethered tyro to troop titan. It's not about quantity's quorum. It's about quality's quarry. Quantity? Flaw of the crowded, cluttered circles that cancel clarity. Quality? Discipline's domain, curating cutters who carve closer to the core. Munger mandated, "It's better to hang out with people better than you." Hang hone instruction. Escalate the entente. Week 2. Extend. Add audits. Quarterly quests. Quests. Joint jaunts to journals. Feel the fusion? That's Forge fortified. No more surface summons. Substantive strikes. Final Forge. Allies sharpen the blade. Go alone. Grow dull. Demand the mirror. Deliver the metal. Let it link your lore. Let it launch your legion. Because this chapter's your call to cohort. Build allies and accountability, and your will withstands worlds. No more dull drifts. Just deliver dominance. You've built allies and accountability. Now keep the fire from flickering out in the frenzy. Chapter 9. Sustain the flame through burnout. Burnout. It's the bellows testing your bellows, isn't it? The slow leak where fire fades to flicker. Exhaustion creeping like smoke. Choking your drive, dulling the edge you bled to sharpen. Eyes heavy. Decisions dragging. That once roaring resolve reduced to a reluctant rasp. Most misread it. Push harder. Grind through! Wrong. Deadly. They collapse. CEOs cashing out. Athletes ashing out. Creators crapping out. Bodies betrayed. Minds melted. Legacies left lukewarm. Burnout isn't defeat. It's the Forge's feedback. Overheat without recharge, and you rust. Master the rhythm. Rest to roar. Recover to reignite. Because true toughness isn't endless endurance, it's engineered endurance, where recharge rituals fan the flames higher than before. Sustain it, or snuff it forever. You have a choice. Treat burnout as a badge of hustle, pushing. Pedals till they snap, or as the bellows breathing life back into the blaze. Signaling strategic shutdown to surge stronger. That's the key. Not ignoring the inferno's warning. Not medicating the malaise. It's the mastery. Detect the dim. Deploy deliberate downtime, dominate the comeback. Burnout bellows the fire, rest to roar or rust in retreat. Claim it, carve it. Burnout bellows the fire, rest to roar or rust in retreat. The grind gospel lies, sleep when you're dead. Dead wrong. Dead early. Elites engineer the exhale, recovery as rigorous as the rush, ensuring the flame endures decades, not days. Proof in the Phoenix. Serena Williams, Queen of Courts. 23 Grand Slams, but 17 postpartum plunge, baby Olympia, emergency C-section, pulmonary embolism, bedridden weeks, doubts deafening, body broken, career closed, burnout's brutal cousin, physical fracture, mental fog, motherhood's marathon layered on tennis tyranny, peers, plenty perished in the postpartum pit, Marion Bartoli, 13 Wimbledon win to 14 retirement, body betrayed by burnout's bite, virus veiled as overtraining. Or Victoria Azarenka, slams stalled post-baby, custody chaos compounding the crash, rankings routed. They rusted, pushed without pause, flames flickered out. Not Serena. She sustained. Detected the dim, doctors demanding rest, body begging boundaries. Deployed rituals, targeted recharge, yoga breaths between blood clots, light rallies rebuilding resilience. Mindset resets with therapists turning can't to comeback. 18. Wimbledon final run postpartum. 2021 semis streak. Legacy, not luck. Engineered endurance. Rest roared her back. Stronger swings. Sharper serves slams seized amid the storm. That bellows breathed new breath. Motherhood's might fused with Mamba-level mentality, turning potential rust to relentless rain. Burnout bellows the fire, rest to roar or rust in retreat. Let it resonate in your ribs. Burnout bellows the fire, rest to roar or rust in retreat. Analysis. Serena's surge scripts the science. Burnouts. Biology. Cortisol chronic, adrenals ashed. Permeo's markers. Exhaustion triad. Emotional, physical, mental. Push through pros? They perish. Yahoo's Marissa Mayer. Sleep shaming to 17 sellout. Empire eroded by ego's exhaust. Or Ariana Huffington, 7 collapse at desk. Cheek cracked on corner, woke to wellness empire. Thrive global. 100 more from the fall. Contrast the collapsed, CEOs clocking 80-hour weeks. Cardiac crashes by 50, per Harvard's Heart Health Hall. Exec exhaustion exacting early exits. But the sustained, Bezos's boat breaks, Musk's micro naps, ritualized recharge amid rocket races. Recovery rewires, sleep spikes serotonin, downtime deepens decisions. You don't need their permission. The hustle hustlers? The no days off narcissists. The culture that crowns the crashed. Their roar, often a rasp before the ruin. Yours, rhythmic resurgence. Behavioral blueprint your bellows. Step 1, detect the dim. Daily dashboard. Rate energy 1 to 10. Log lethargy signals. Irritability. Indecision, injury, niggles. Step 2, deploy the downtime. Deliberate. Protocols. 7 to 9 hours sleep sacred. Weekly Sabbath, screen slain, soul soothed. Micro recharges, 10-minute meditations mid-mayhem. Step 3, dominate the dawn. Post-rest audit. Recharge rating? Roar returned? That's the transformation, from frantic flare-out to forged phoenix. No more rust rituals, just reignited resolve. It's not about laziness's lure. It's about discipline's dance. Laziness? Flaw of the fallen. Fleeing the fire entirely, flames forfeited. Discipline? That's the dance, alternating assault with artful absence. Sustaining the symphony. Commentary, Who's Burnout Bible? Official disorder. 19. Depletion defined, but masters manipulated. Navy SEALs, stress plus rest, or growth. Hell Week horrors followed by recovery rations, resilience rebuilt. Apply it. That overwork onslaught? Offload one obligation. That training tear? Taper intelligently. Instruction. Dawn detection. Tonight. Set signals. Alarm for 10 p.m. wind down. No negotiations. Track the torch. Brighter? Bolder? Feel the forge fan? That's fortitude from the fade. You have a choice. Let exhaustion entomb your empire. Flames flattened. To funeral pyre or embrace the bellows, breathing back the blaze with brutal balance. That's the key to longevity. Roar requires retreat. Rust rewards the reckless. Real-world resurgence. Huffington's huff. Post-collapse. Mandated naps at AOL, productivity pop 20%. Or Federer, knee knives 16, 6 months sidelined. Rituals reborn, family focus, fun drills. 17 Aussie Open assault. Title torn from time's teeth. Your rhythm? Same reset. That deadline deluge? Delegate deep. That gym grind gone gray? Active recovery, walks over weights 1 week. No more nominal nods to power through propaganda. Recharge reaps rains. Chanted chest deep, burnout bellows the fire. Rest to roar or rust in retreat. Rhythm rising. Burnout bellows the fire. Rest to roar or rust in retreat. Layer the longevity. Envision the flame, not frantic flicker, but furnace eternal. Pause for the pulse. Default drift. Depletion drive, decisions decaying in the dark. Elite equilibrium. Bellows balanced, semantic seal. REST, recover energy, sustain triumph. Deploy deliberate. Because unchecked, it cascades, chronic cortisol to career coffins. Commentary, Stanford's sleep studies, short-changed shut-eye slashes. Cognition 40%, but recharge rebounds rocket resilience. Serena's 21 interview. I learned to listen to my body. It saved my career. You don't need their permission to pull the plug. The world's workaholic worship is just wired. Weakness, wearing wreckage as warrior paint. Rewire yours. Write this recharge. Behavioral blaze. Tomorrow's tether. Target 1 taper. Early lights out. No night notifications nuked. Document the dawn. Rested. Roar rating 9. Amplify ally alert. Recharge ritual locked. Turns private pause to platoon power. Weeks weld, warmer, weaponized. That's the thrill. Transformation timeless. From temporary torch to timeless titan. It's not about moderation's mediocrity. It's about discipline's dynamo. Moderation. Flaw of the middling, meek middles that mute the might. Discipline? That's the dynamo. Dialing down to dial-up dominance. Serena sealed it. The success doesn't happen without the struggle and the rest. Rest, roar, instruction. Escalate the equilibrium, week 2. Extend full deload day, delight-driven, hobby hijack, no hustle. Feel the fusion. That's forge fortified. No more surface sprints. Sustained strikes. Final flare. Burnout bellows the fire. Rest to roar or rust in retreat. Let it light your longevity. Let it launch your legend. Because this chapter's your coolant. Sustain the flame through burnout, and your will withstands eternities. No more flickering fades. Just forever forge. You've sustained the flame through burnout. Now extend it beyond yourself into eternity. Chapter 10. Unleash the Iron Legacy. Legacy, it's the echo that outlives your heartbeat. The fire you pass when your hands go cold. Most men die quiet, footprints washed away by the tide of time, names forgotten before the grave grass grows. They forged for themselves, bank balances, bucket lists, brief applause, finite, fleeting, fragile. You're done with that smallness. True toughness transcends the temporary. It's the iron will that ripples outward, armoring your bloodline, your brothers, your world against the storms you once weathered alone. Forge it not just to survive, but to shield. Protect the pack. Defend the dream. Because personal steel is powerful, but legacy steel, it's immortal. Unleash it, or let your life end at your last breath. You have a choice. Build a fortress for one, walls high, doors locked, treasures hoarded, or unleash the overflow, turning your forged might into generational armor that guards long after you're gone. That's the key. Not hoarding the heat, not flexing in solitude. It's the expansion. Mentor the raw, model the relentless. Multiply the metal across lives you touch. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you, fight for all. Legacy locked, limits obliterated. Declare it. Drive it home. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you, fight for all. Legacy locked, limits obliterated. Selfish strength? It rusts in the rain of regret. Shared strength? It stands through centuries. A beacon in the black for those lost in the same dark you once crawled through. Proof in the perpetuity. Malala Yousafzai. Shot in the head at 15. Taliban bullet meant to silence a girl's voice for education. Swat Valley, 12. Bus ambush, brain swollen, world watching. Adversity? Apocalyptic. Peers? Plenty paralyzed. Pakistani girls pre-Malala. Dreams deferred by decree. Schools shuttered. Futures fractured by fear. Or global ghosts. Child brides bartered. Voices vanished in villages where girl equals gone. Many survivors shrink. Trauma tethers them to safe. Whispers winning the war within. Not Malala. She unleashed. Hospital bed in Birmingham. Tubes threading life. She mined the metal. One bullet can't kill a dream. Recovered? Returned fiercer. Nobel at 17, the youngest ever. Malala Fund founded 13. Millions mobilized. Girls schooled in war zones from Nigeria to Syria. Books penned, speeches searing UN halls. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. That bullet backfired brutally. Her personal forge, pain weaponized. Doubt defied, focus locked, rippled into global. Reform, 130 million girls educated. Because one refused to rust. Legacy, not luck. Unleashed, inner iron exported. Armoring armies of the unseen. Today, degrees from Oxford, death threats defied, dictators rattled. One girl's will, world-altering. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you, fight for all. Legacy locked, limits obliterated. Let it thunder through your timeline. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you, fight for all. Legacy locked, limits obliterated. Analysis. Malala's multiplier models the mechanism. Legacy's leverage lies in transmission. Modeled behavior, mentored minds, movements magnified. Psych's ripple research. One resilient role model raises community grit 30%. Perpen's positive psych. Elites export. Contrast the enclosed. Howard Hughes. Billions banked but hoarded in hermit hell. Fortune fought over by vultures post 76. Or Steve Jobs pre-death, genius gated. Adoption agency abandoned. Regrets revealed in Isaacson's bio. I wish I'd shared more. They locked the lessons. Limits lingered. But the unleashed? Mandela's prison polish passed to post-apartheid peace. Serena's slams seeding Sister Venus. Then thousands via academies. Your echo? Same export potential. You don't need their permission, the small-souled. The mine-only miserables. The culture that crowns consumption over contribution. Their legacy? Landfills and likes. Yours? Lives lifted. Behavioral blueprint your broadcast. Step 1. Identify the inheritors. 3 circles. Blood, kids, kin, chosen, mentees, crew, world, causes, content. Step 2. Export the essence. Weekly wisdom drops, stories shared. Stacked shown scars as syllabus. Step 3. Institutionalize the iron. Fund the forge. Scholarships. Side projects. Formalize the fire. Letters to future selves. Videos for the vault. That's the transformation. From terminal tough to timeless torchbearer. No more solo summit, just shared summits soaring. It's not about ego's empire. It's about discipline's dynasty. Ego, flaw of the finite, fleeting fame, forgotten fast. Discipline? That's the dynasty. Deliberate deeds designed to endure. Commentary. History's heirs hail the handoff. Socrates to Plato to Aristotle. Chain of thought changing thought forever. Modern mirror, Ray Dalio's principles. Bridgewater billions. But book broadcast, 5M plus copies. Firms forged on his framework. Apply it. That grind you grinded, gift it. That pain you processed, pass the playbook. Instruction. Dawn deployment. Today. Teach one truth. Text a protege your top takeaway from this forge. Track the transmission. Echoed to X, eyes opened. Feel the forge fan outward? That's fortitude from the future. You have a choice. Let your iron cool in the coffin, lessons lost. Strength squandered, or unleash the overflow, armoring others with the armor you paid blood to build. That's the key to eternity. Personal power plateaus. Past power proliferates. Real-world ripple. Everyday echoes. Fathers forging sons through 5 a.m. runs. Mentors molding startups into unicorns. Teachers turning trauma testimonies into teen triumphs. Malala's Fund. 2026 update. Millions more girls in classrooms. Because one girl refused retreat. Your ripple? Ready. That skill sharpened? Share sessions. That setback survived? Story it savage. No more nominal nods to my journey. Journeys joined endure. Chanted crescendo. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you, fight for all. Legacy locked. Limits obliterated. Louder. Eternal. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you. Fight for all. Legacy locked, limits obliterated. Layer the lineage. Envision the line. Not lone luminary, but luminous lineage lighting lanes unending. Pause for the passing, default drift. Dimming death, deeds deleted in decades. Elite export. Exponential echo. Semantic seal. LEGACY. Leverage every gain across. Coming years. Deploy deliberate. Because unchecked, it ends at you. Echoes extinguished. Commentary, longevity labs. Blue zones to Buffett. Centenarians contribute. Connections compounding centuries. You don't need their permission to pass the power. The world's what's in it for me is just wired weakness. Wealth without worth. Weld your wave. Write this ripple. Behavioral blaze, tomorrow's tether, target one transmission, call kin, coach crew. Create content claiming your creed. Document the dynasty. Legacy launched, lives lit. Amplify, ally alert. Unleash today. Turns private power to public perpetuity. Weeks weave, wider, weaponized across worlds. That's the thrill. Transformation transcendent. From temporal tough to timeless titan. It's not about altruism's altar. It's about discipline's dominion. Altruism, flaw of the feel-good, fleeting fixes, forgotten fast. Discipline? That's the dominion deliberate deeds that dominate decades. Malala mandated, when the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. Your voice? Volume up. Instruction. Escalate the echo. Week 2. Institutionalize. Write the will of wisdom. Fund the first Forge scholarship. Film the first Fire Talk. Feel the fusion? That's Forge forever. No more solitary strikes. Symphonic surges. Final Forge. Iron will echoes eternal. Forge for you. Fight for all. Legacy locked, limits obliterated. Let it launch your lineage. Let it liberate the lost. Because this chapter's your coronation. Unleash the iron legacy, and your will wields eternity. No more ending. Just endless echo. You've unleashed the iron legacy. Now carry this forged will into the world. Unbreakable. Unstoppable, undeniable. You've forged it now, the iron will that stares down adversity and demands its kneel. Shatter myths with daily stacks. Weaponize pain into progress. Kill the quitter's lie, defy doubt's drag. Harvest every hit as hidden strength. Lock ruthless focus. Anchor in allies. Sustain through the burn and unleash a legacy that outlives you. No more folding, no more flinching. This toughness crushes chaos. Turns trials to triumphs, builds unbreakable you from the ashes of almost gave up. It's not theory. It's your new truth, hammered home. Act now or atrophy forever. Your challenge? Today, pick one chapter's command. Execute it without mercy. Then drop in the comments. What adversity did you crush today? Share your forge, fuel the fire for others, and let's build this community of unbreakable navigators. If this audiobook hit hard and shifted something inside you, do 3 things right now. Smash that like button. It tells the algorithm to push this truth to more warriors who need it. Share this video with one person who's folding under pressure right now. Subscribe to Book Navigator and hit the bell so you never miss the next full audiobook drop. Thank you for navigating with me today. Keep the fire roaring. Keep forging. I'll see you in the next one. This is Book Navigator signing off. Go build it. Go crush it. Go own it.